my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. Now, World Adoption Month is observed this month, November, with the goal of educating communities about the importance of adoption. Now, we are joined in studio by Kim Allen, the CEO of Tiny Owls Baby Home that provides shelter for abandoned babies. Tiny Owls Baby Home started in the home of Kim and Wayne Allen in September back in 2018 with the conversion of a triple garage to a nursery. Their first baby was received in 2018, and within 2 months, the nursery was filled to the maximum capacity of 6. Kim, it's so incredible to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Zoe.
Let's unpack your story and how it evolved to having the Tiny Owls Baby Home. Let's start off with, you've got biological children of your own.
Four bio kids, yeah.
You've got 4 bio kids and 3 adoptive
That's
kids. Right. How did your journey into adoption start?
Okay, I think most people, live in a bit of an isolated world in South Africa, and I think, you get along with life and you are not necessarily aware of the struggles around you. And our first change in thinking and what caused our hearts to open was a domestic worker that we employed 13, 14 years ago for a young girl whose niece and nephew were orphaned suddenly.
Okay.
And so she brought the 2 children into our lives, and it just made me aware of the orphan plight in South Africa and just how many children needed a home. And then on a personal note, a really close friend adopted, and it just became part of our world, and we fell in love with her baby girl, and that's when we started doing some research and understanding how much of a need there was. And in 2010, we adopted our first 2 boys, who were only a month apart in age.
Oh,
so they
cool.
function like twins. And then 3 years later, our baby girl.
Okay. Oh, that is so incredible. For me, this is beautiful. I've always said I have a heart for adoption and I'm completely open to it. Mm-hmm. But why did you guys decide to start the Tiny Owls Baby Home?
In the process of adoption, the time where the baby is born in hospital, between that time and when baby is placed with a permanent home, that can take anywhere from 3.5, 4 months to sometimes as long as 1.5 years, 2 years, depending on each individual case. Mm. And that time is somebody has to take care of baby, providing such a crucial time in the baby's life to provide medical care, love, nurturing, stimulation. And there are not very many people who make themselves available for that because there's nothing that you gain from it. People would prefer to adopt because then you're adding a person to your family. But with safety care, you are just a temporary place for babies to stay until they're permanently placed. So we realized the need. Because we had such a large family, we decided not to take in one baby at a time, but rather to establish the baby home. Mm. Also knew we'd be able to look after more babies if we did that. So we then were vetted and interviewed for to qualify for the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this now in the process of the baby being born before it's officially adopted, baby comes to stay with you? So how do you get newborns fresh from the hospital? How young do they arrive at your home?
Most of them are no older than 2-3 days. I've brought babies home that haven't been washed yet because there's overcrowding in hospitals. So social workers contact me and I go off to the hospitals in the area, which as far as Worcester, Wellington, all the Cape Town government hospitals, collect baby, bring baby home, and then I generally 2 to 3 days later have to go to court, and the magistrate then transfers baby to us as safety care, to my husband and I. And then it's a waiting period. We work with 2 wonderful organisations, social welfare organisations, and the requirements we have are obviously looking after the baby's medical needs, their stimulation, etc. But we have no say in terms of where baby is placed. Mm. So we truly are just that in-between space to provide care.
And just provide love for that baby while it's waiting for its forever home.
Exactly.
How do your kids, do they get involved with the little ones? Do they perhaps get attached, or have they now learned, you know what, they're only here for a temporary time and then they go to their forever home?
I think they have learned that because we've now had over 50 babies pass through our doors. There are those particular babies that the children fall in love with. Each one has their special one that's close to their heart. I think it's been very good for them because it's, if you come from a place of privilege in South Africa, to understand that not everybody is in that situation. As I said, people seem to live in their own little
We live in a
little
bubble.
worlds and their little bubbles. So it's been good for them, and I think their hearts have expanded. We are a unique family. There are not many people, 7 kids, sort of mixed race families. And so I think the addition of the baby home has really been very good for them. And the interesting thing is, the person who visits the most is probably my 17-year-old teenage boy. So he loves being in there. So it's a good thing for the kids.
Oh, yeah. That's incredible. Now, I can imagine having had at least 50 babies pass through your home since you started in 2018. That probably requires a lot of assistance from community members. How can people show support to help you be able to be that safe space for the babies?
I think the challenge is that most people, when they think 6 babies, how expensive can it be?
It's
Nappies,
expensive.
wet wipes. The key thing is that staff salaries are expensive, and these babies need full-time, 24-hour care. So we have 10 full-time staff who are on shifts, and that's our biggest challenge. So people have been amazing. We get a lot of donations of food, clothing, etc., and we do have a few key people who donate every month, but what would really make a difference to us is, even if it's the smallest amount, maybe 100 Rand a month, is a consistent donation, because then you can rely on it.
Yes.
So I think that's what we really need support with.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, Tiny Owls Baby Home. They are an incredible safe haven for these babies waiting to be adopted. Please show your support. You can visit their website at tinyowls.org.za.